Where's her blanket?
Ken. So not a huge fish, but you know, this would have been a reasonable sized fish.
Oh, yeah.
That's about what size these other ones I did were. So I've actually gutted these. I wouldn't normally gut them. It's just that I've had them sitting in the fridge,
storing them, yeah.
just sitting in the fridge for a day or so. So I didn't want it sitting in there with the guts in it. So I said before, how I kill them, I just put a nick with the knife in behind the head, in between the gill vents, and then just pull the head back and sort of crack its neck, and then it kills it quickly and humanely, but also bleeds it out as well. So you don't necessarily have to bleed them, but yeah, I find you get a better product at the end of the day, and you don't have the bloodlines as much in the fish as you do. So pretty much the same as filleting any fish, pretty similar. So all I do is start behind the pectoral fin there. And the other thing about them is these big chunky scales are a bit tough to get through, so you need a pretty solid knife and make an incision like that. Tommy, can you help out of the way, mate? And so I don't use a filleting knife, I actually use a pretty solid knife.
Just noticing.
So then I start here at the dorsal fin and just run it along there, then just run down the backbone as you would any fish.
Dada, put the scales on my plate.
Okay, put them on your plate.
Bye.
Watch out, mate. Watch out. And then you get to about here, set your knife right through, only down along the tail, pop him out like that. Then sort of just hold the fillet up, run it along. And I actually like to change knives when I get here to the rib cage. Just use a little knife that's a little bit more dexterous. And then you'll keep running down, you'll hear that. That's the rib cage, you hit the rib cage. You just keep running your knife up along the bones, along the rib cage. We've gone a bit shallow there. It's a bit harder with no guts in it, because they would normally hold that gut cavity out a bit for you. So there's one fillet, and I'll show you how to skin them in a minute. So this bit along the
I need to get the scale.
okay, along the ribs here is the bit you want that's got no bones in, and I've done a pretty poor job of doing that one, but it's a bit hard. Normally you would have the guts full and hold that out, so it'll let you. So same thing on the other side, we just cut in behind the dorsal fin, behind the pectoral fin there, incision like that. Tommy, just stand back, mate. The scales can be a little bit tough to get through, but
Infinity.
so these came from a stream in the Upper Murray. That's the other thing I would say, that you want to make sure that they're coming out of pretty good water quality. So I would, you know, I'd be quite happily eat something out of the Yass River here. That would be fine, I think. But you know, I wouldn't eat one out of a stinky old wetland that's got pretty poor water quality. You know? So you can see I've gone a lot closer to the rib cage on this one. A bit better job on that one. Got a lot more meat off it.
So you're getting that boneless meat above it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then to skin them, you'll need a bit bigger knife, and you need a pretty solid knife to skin them. Some people use it. So just start at the tail, put a little incision down till you hit the skin, and they've got quite a thick skin, so they're pretty easy to skin. And grab the skin and just run your knife along the skin, as you would skin any other fish. And sometimes you can sort of jiggle the fillet a bit, move the knife as you run it down.
Make it look too easy.
Oh, and I've done a really bad job because I left a bit on. No, there you go. All good, done. And so then, I'll just change boards actually. No. So, if you have a smell of that, the skin part stinks. That's where the people get that smell from. So
Yep.
it smells a
Have a
bit.
smell? Same.
That's the mucus on the outside of the skin that smells.
It's like that. You can see the algae. No, it's not too bad. Yes.
Then we've got the fillet, so the bits you can eat now that don't have bones in them, get the skin scales off it.
Smelled it enough.
Ah, sure.
So this little bit here that's got the belly flap that goes out over the rib cage. Run your knife down along there to about there. So that's the bit with one bit with no bones in it, same as these bits in the thing here. The problem with carp is that they have quite a few bones in them, so those bits you can fillet out that don't have bones in them I do this with, and then to utilise the other parts of the fillet I do other things with so you can actually get the flesh off, so you can actually sort of run your knife around. If you've got good knife skills and a good sharp knife, you can get a lot of the flesh off the bones, and then you can actually scrape down the bones and actually scrape a lot of the flesh off as well. And then I usually mince that up into a fish cake, or the whole fillet that has the bones in it, I actually smoke them, and then you can pull all the flesh away from the bones and make it into like a carp pate or some sort of smoked fish dip. Or the other thing you can do with them is actually poach them in some milk. So put the fillet with the bones in some milk, lightly poach it, and then it all just breaks away, and you can pull the bones out and then put it in a chowder or into a mornay or something like that, or even into a Thai curry with some coconut milk or something like that. So it's really versatile. You can cook it a number of ways, and I'm just going to turn these ones here. And it's really tasty. So these are some little Thai fish cakes. No, that's perfect, mate. That's what we want to see.
It's amazing. Like it's such a firm flesh, and I mean you couldn't tell if you're not eating like a Thai fish cake in a restaurant.
Yeah.